Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CEA Rocket League Finals. We have come to the conclusion of this season, and we are down to just two teams remaining, battling it out to get their best cut of the prize pool towards their charity of choice. We have Amazon for the montage with Childers, Brewski, KO, and then on the other side, Epic Games with the half and half flips, Mukau, Bonner, and Quadia. I'm probably going to mispronounce that at some point during this stream, but yeah, so that's the lineup that we have today. Any sort of insights you have for us, Shadowade, on what to expect from these teams?
It's going to be a real toss-up today, which is pretty exciting, but Epic are coming in as a slight favorite, I think. They've taken the head-to-head in the past in Stage 1. That was a 3-0 sweep, but they were all pretty close games, so I'm excited to get the rematch here in Finals. It should be close. If we're going to talk... yeah, not Epic Games, this is Epic Systems. But
oh, my apologies.
It is going to be close. And what we want to see here is for Amazon to really have a chance, they're going to have to get a little bit mechanical. They have some players that can really pop off, but in order to go, they have to be able to be on the day. So that's what we'll be watching, especially for KO, to see how he's performing on the day, and then we will be good to go. So.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see how these teams respond to each other's strategies. It's a 7-game series, so there's lots of time for teams to try to adapt their style, fix issues going against the other teams. A lot of times people say that game 1 of a best of 7 is effectively just the feeling out period of figuring out what's your opponent's trying to do and what they can do about it. And immediately off the start, that Quadia trying to get a goal off the kickoff gets sent away, and now on the other side we have KO getting the first goal of the series 11 seconds in for the montage.
That is a huge start for the montage. The names here, the teams flipped sides from the expected side, so I will get that fixed in just a second. But for the montage, up 1-0, 11 seconds in here.
Yeah, and looks like we've got a slightly different lineup for the montage here. Moth with night vision goggles, which also known as Jared, but we'll probably just call him Moth for the length of this game. Sorry, you were saying were the team names mixed up here? Is for the montage in the blue, or am I mistaken on that?
Yeah, that's right. For the montage is in blue here.
Okay, so. Fantastic.
Everything
it was the overlay that was flipped.
Yep.
Ah, nice. Alrighty, well, for the montage, off the backboard, follow-up shot from KO, and KO will bring his team up 2 already. 1 minute into this game, and he's already popping off.
Childers there with a great touch off the backboard behind Mukau, finding space, getting it out to KO. No one able to contest in time, and Bonner stuck in net, just a little bit too slow to react there.
Ooh, a really good kickoff there for the half and half flips, but just sent to the side. The players on montage able to recover in time. Bondman trying to get a center there, taken away by KO, and he's got a decent amount of boost to work with. Gets the flip off the ceiling. He can do something with it. The demo threat, and that's a hat trick already.
And we said KO needs to pop off, and here he is taking his time, recognizing Childers is going to put Mukau in an awkward spot there. Doing a great job.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Just delaying the challenge.
That was excellent teamwork there. Yeah, Childers went high on the bump, forcing Mukau to stay on the ground that whole time, which is exactly what you don't want to be doing against a mechanical player that has an extra flip waiting for him in the air. You need to be up early in order to stop that sort of thing. And KO, hungry for another one, sends that one off the wall. Quadia now going for a shot, not really able to get much with the extra flip there. Mukau trying to center it. Childers will put that into the corner and starts trying to make the transition out. Looks like he's doing a solid job of it. Pinches that center. Moth is up for it. Can't quite get the touch. Probably faked out by the defenders that were up for it. And now, once again, Epic trying to come on the other side of things, just cleared away by Moth.
Yeah, Quadra playing that off the sidewall caught for the Montage a little bit flat-footed, almost making an opportunity there. Good to see them coming up with some creative angles, trying to get back in this game. But yeah, Amazon did not give them much time to kind of feel out the game like we were talking about. They definitely brought the pressure right away, and so Epic is going to have a long road ahead. They still have 3 minutes left in this game almost, so enough time to make a comeback, but a 3-goal deficit is tough here.
Yeah, the half flips put on some good pressure there, but amazing defense by Amazon to make the saves and back on the other side. This time, a different player getting a goal. Moth putting that one into the back of the net. KO, just a high shot to the backboard, gets a little bit fumbled there with Childers messing with the defending player and will drop right down to Moth to put that one away. 4 goals up just halfway in.
And we said 3 goals was going to be hard. 4 is borderline not comebackable in game 1, but the rest of this game is really looking forward to the rest of the series. You want to get some confidence. You have to try to find a goal here to show that, like, for the rest of the series, you can at least be competitive and have opportunities. If you get shut out in a game like this, then the team morale definitely starts to get a little shaky.
Yeah, it looks like the positioning for the half and half flips right now is a little bit inconsistent. A little bit of times where they're stacking up on each other, and that's causing there to be not quite enough defensive support on the back end. And the Amazon team has been taking advantage of that, just setting up fairly regular plays capitalized by excellent mechanics. And here it is again. Just what I was saying, Moth with the wide open net to shoot at. We can see Childers just putting some pressure on, sending it off the backboard, and no one was left to defend. Bondman just out of reach of that shot, and now Amazon are up by 5.
And if you look at the boost meters there on that play, all of half and half flips starting to get really low. A lot of this awkward positioning looks like it's coming from being starved out of boost and not being able to actually keep momentum on those defensive rotations. So they're having to widen up the rotations, look for more boost pads, and that'll be one adaptation we want to see going forward in the rest of the series.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of offense going on here, but like you said, ran out of boost and forced to retreat. So nothing's going to come out there, though they had a nice shot that went a little high. We'll see if they can just at least try to fend off this shutout, because the mental damage that does to a team is going to be felt for the rest of the series. That was off the post twice. Once off the shot and again off the defender. Lightly floated towards the net. KO will send that down to Moth, who will redirect it into the corner. Bondman not quite able to get the clear, but at least his teammate will pick it up. KO to center it. 50-50 in the middle is going to go fairly equal, and half flips will be able to clear that out. Now Quadra trying to find a teammate, but no one with boost once again. Everyone running low, and now Moth coming off the ceiling, sent away fairly easily. A little demo there from Moo Cow. Shot is towards the net. That will find its way in eventually.
And we get a bit of an own goal here from Moth as he was going up trying to control this, and this ball just launched when he touched it. Rather than getting a control up the wall, it just flew out of his range. I don't think that's how Epic was hoping to get a goal this game, but you'll take whatever you can get, I guess, on this game 1 after how this has gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that will quite fix the mentality like we were hoping a goal would, but it might lighten the mood a little bit at least. They're trying to get some 0 seconds action here, but that will touch the ground for the Montage, taking game number 1. KO with that MVP, unsurprisingly. Getting the hat trick within the first half of the game is quite the feat indeed.
Yeah,
and we can see... Go for it.
Moth was bringing up the second half of that game. You can see he really started to make an impact there, finding those opportunities, just being in the right place at the right time, being able to finish those. So Half and half flips, not a ton in terms of stats. They did actually have a fair number of shots with 8 shots across the board. Quadja with 6 alone is pretty incredible that's the same amount as KO, but just not getting those quality shots on net and finding the opportunities. So maybe taking slightly fewer shots, looking for gaps on the backboard, looking for infield passes, just ways around the defense here to get slightly better opportunities.
Yeah, there was a couple of those that just went ringing off the post, and if those were on net, we'd be looking at a very different game. Maybe not by score line, or like maybe not by who won the game, but a very different vibe to it, I guess you could say. One thing to note, Childers has had some incredible impact on that game, not being represented on the scoreboard because it was pretty much all in aggressive positioning and messing with the other team. But that's something to watch out for. Is if we're saying that half and half flips are running out of boost, that boost has to be going somewhere, and I imagine Childers is probably in that back line just starving them out from being able to make the plays they want to go for.
Yep, that'll be an interesting stat to look at afterwards in some replay analysis, see how much boost was actually getting stolen there versus just forcing people in awkward positions. Now Bonner here, Bondman, coming out with the flip reset, trying to make something happen for Epic, gets a better opportunity than they had all of the first game, gets the flip reset and puts it just past Brewski on tap. Not quite in range, didn't have any momentum in net.
That is some excellent mechanics there. Getting that really short pop flip reset. Now, response from the other end, or no, that was Bondman again, my apologies. Almost sealed a second one. Quadja trying to dribble it in, will get cleared away by Moth, but it goes up to Mukau, who sends it. It's so light, the defenders almost fell before they could reach the ball. And they will keep it away. Now KO, 0 boost, trying to make something of it. And actually does an excellent job, goes center, but sent away. Mukau now has the whole net to go for. Nobody's in position. Everyone's either going for boost or bamboozled by that little touch there. And we're looking at a very different game here in game number 2.
Yep, Epic doing an awesome job of getting that reset of just saying, okay, throw away game 1, let's go next. And coming out really strong here. Mukau, great decision there to cut infield and just go straight to net. Caught Moth looking for side boost, trying to contest on wall as last back, and so just had an open net to work with.
A bit of an awkward touch there from Brewski, who is coming. Oh, demo in the back line from KO. Never mind what I was saying before. We have a goal on the board. Moth sending it full length of the field. KO getting the demo, and the last man not quite able to get a touch on it for the Montage, bring themselves within 1.
Yep, great power. And from his own box, but just, having a little bit of those defensive blockers to get 1 demo on it was enough to guide that one in. Quadja almost getting back to it on the save, but not quite enough speed.
Yeah, now Amazon are known for having a full 4-player squad that are very capable. So Childers has been swapped out for Brewski. That's not necessarily any sort of they think that Childers needs to sit out this one. They just have 4 strong players, and they like to rotate through them to keep their opponents off guard a little bit, make sure everyone gets to have some fun. And so we'll see what Brewski does, whether or not it'll be a benefit coming in fresh, or whether he's going to need a little bit of warm-up before he gets really going here.
A great touch there from Quadja, but almost floating it towards net. Got a couple defenders jumping, so for the Montage in a bit of a tough defensive spot here. They're going to have to see how they can get out of it.
Yeah, the boost is running low for most of the players here. They do get a team pinch in the air to send that one away. Brewski puts it high towards the zone, but gets sent aside. And now he's in a bit of a weird spot there. I think he had a lot more confidence than I did there. I was getting worried about how close that was. Another shot ringing off the post for the half flips. And Amazon just can't get out of their zone at the moment. The rotation is just too tight for the half and half flips.
Unfortunately,
let's
for
see
Epic,
if
that is the
a
end
little
of
bit of
the offensive push there. So their boost started to run out from the pressure they had been exerting, and so now for the Montage is going to get a chance to set up their own offensive pressure here. But a big clear out of Bondman, finding Quadja downfield, Moth up to intercept.
Looks like Moth is going to take it in the corner here, try to get a 50-50, gets past one. KO with a little touch, probably hoping for Moth, but it looks like it's going to be Brewski getting it. Mukau was in position despite having zero boost to make that play. KO with a 50-50 over to Moth. Bondman will be the first one there. Brewski forced to put that high. And now, once again, half and half flips on the offense off the backboard. KO can't get it, and that's going to be an easy shot for Quadra to put that one into the back of the net from point blank. Nice little pass here for Mad Cow to recognize that KO would have been able to reach that, puts it high instead, forces the awkward position, and once again, half and half up by 2.
Yeah, great job on the flick there after the first touch. Got it straight up in the air over both defenders. Made it an awkward save. Setting up his team well. All of Epic really coming online here this game. That we didn't see last game.
Oh, missed touch.
Yep.
Missed touch on the defense by, I think that was Brewski there, and that is going to result in another goal. 3 goals up now for the half and half flips on a fairly light shot there.
Yeah, Brewski did have boost there. He just underestimated how much power that ball was coming with. And then by the time he recognized how threatening it was just a little bit too late for him to get there.
Amazon have to really put on the Jets here if they're going to have a chance of making a comeback. But KO hears that and will step up to the plate. KO and Brewski coming together for a little play here, and KO getting that shot sent right to the back of the net. No opportunity for the defenders to even have time to respond to that. When you get those passing plays going, the shots are always going to be absolute boomers. Now Brewski trying to get a centering pass over to KO once again. That one's intercepted. Moth forced to retreat fast. Not able to get the clear. Brewski able to stop the shot from Mukau. Midfield pass now to Quadra. Even if this doesn't go in, it's at least time killed off the clock. Amazon have to make up 2 in 45 seconds here. Let's see what they're able to put together. KO with a little bit of boost, flicks past 1, but gets beat by the second. That's going to drop dangerously in front of the Amazon net. And they just keep on putting on the pressure, don't they, here with the half and half flips, eh?
Yep, they are not wanting to give up any space. And you even saw the third man for half and half flips is playing only as far back as midfield, and they're going for some pretty aggressive aerials just to cut out the ball and keep the ball in midfield, avoiding getting to their own half. And doing a good job of saying, you know, if you're not on our half, you can't score. And we're okay with the time ticking down, even if we don't get great quality shots on. And so they will take game 2 and even us up 1-1 in the series here as Mukau catches it for a flick. Ball stays up just a little bit longer.
Looks like Amazon's looking for one more goal just to be able to say they did. No chance of getting back into this game, but you know, nice display of skill from these players. This just goes to show how little the ball actually touches the ground when you're at this level of play. The fact that they've been able to keep it up this long is just impressive in general. And there we go. Finally touches the ground. Half and half flips take the win. And looking at this scoreboard, 3 shots coming out from Amazon there. That is it. For the whole game, only 3 shots to the 13 from half and half flips. Yep. Incredible job keeping all the pressure on one side of the field.
Yeah, and I didn't notice the boost meters as much this game. In this case, for the montage, I didn't notice their boost meters being as low as like half and half flips was in game 1, but half and half flips definitely taking a lot more space on the field, making sure their own boost was high, keeping that momentum of their cars, and doing those early rotations as third man, preventing going back on their own half. If we saw like the ball positioning heat map, almost all of the time I think would be spent on for the montage half this game. That their defensive line was just really far forward. So the adaptation typically would be for the montage to look for some booming clears, to just try to hit it past the last man of half and half flips in those cases. But easier said than done a lot of times. So we'll see what the team actually does to adjust here.
Yeah, when you're playing with confidence that you've got a player on that mid line, it lets the players that are more forward be more aggressive as well, stopping the defense from being able to get the quality clears they need to get past the mid line. But the trade-off for the half and half flips there is if someone does make it past the half line, there's not a lot you can do about it, as we see KO with a beautiful redirect. Bondman just able to recover in time. Now Moth with the sharp angle shot will go high. Bonner will send that one away, but still, KO centers not able to connect with the pass there, but continued offense. I don't even know what that passing play was, but it looked cool. Not quite on net, though, and all the pressure here for Amazon coming out of the gates.
Yeah, Amazon with a number of good passing opportunities already. Not able to connect on the actual shots, but the opportunities there were great plays in order to create some opportunities. And so if you're able to get those consistently, you're happy with that regardless of whether you're converting or not. Although a big miscommunication there for Amazon almost resulted in an own goal, but thankfully it was just wide of the net, and half flips not even able to punish with no one back.
Quadjo with a lot of boost. Childers doesn't have a lot left. Childers coming back in for Brewski in this game number 3. And now Childers trying to pressure with 0 boost. Quadjo will send that to the side. Bondman to follow up. And Mukau right there once again. That's what we're talking about. There's always a man ready and waiting in the midfield for that play. However, this time they will get the clear. Amazon getting out there, gets it in a good spot, and Moth with the night vision goggles sees the opening clearly and will be able to get the first goal of this game. Childers with a nice little wall pinch, sending it straight back to Moth, and Moth finds the position where the defense were not able to cover. They were just scrambling, setting themselves at the net, but not able to find the spot that Moth was able to place it.
Finding that top right corner of the net, typically a good spot to go. But really that play where we saw it break down for Epic was Bondman was looking for the earlier cutoff. The ball was just a bit faster than he could get to, and he hit the ball high into his own corner, which set up Childers for the wall pinch into the pass. So that is definitely the downside of trying to play those earlier cutouts, that if you underestimate how fast that ball is moving, you end up sending it towards your own net and at a numbers disadvantage. So good adjustment from Amazon there to just say, okay, I'm going to hit this ball as hard as I can and see what you do with it.
Yeah, everything in Rocket League's positioning is all a big machine of gears all turning together, and as soon as one piece of that gets set off a little bit, you might not see the immediate ramifications of it, but it will come out down the line where you'll have one player just a little bit out of position, and that turns out into a goal. Amazon going for some shots there. Moth not quite able to put it on net. Quadjo with a lot of space, but puts it a little too far off to the side for himself to be able to get the double tap. Now Epic trying to continue some pressure here. Little bit of a misplay by Mukau. Jumped and ended up backing off of it. Childers coming up off the wall. 28 boost to his name. Not quite able to center, but stops a good clear. Now Childers trying to play that off the wall from a pass from KO. Not able to quite get that crazy mechanical play, but Moth will get it right down to KO, right in front of the net. And with everything to shoot at, KO will absolutely put that one away.
Yep, Moth having the whole backboard, does a great job popping it out instead of sending it flat across. And KO, even with no boost, was ready to commit on his teammate's pass there. So good trust from both of them, knowing this is a good opportunity. Even though it looks a little risky, we should take it and get the convert on it.
Yeah, full faith from the teammates there. Childers coming in with an opportunity. We'll send that one high off the backboard. Not quite enough thrust to get into position for that ball. Another ball high off the backboard, just getting left alone. Moth tried to pass over to KO on the wall. Childers will stop the midfield clear, and now Quadja trying to make a play out here. Does manage to get past one on the wall. Will hard cut it, but Childers sees that coming. Stops it. Will bounce out to Mukau, who centers. KO to try to clear. Gets past one. Gets past two. Will that drop down off the ceiling? Backboard. KO's not quite able to wrap around for that one with one boost to his name. But we are down to a minute left on the clock. Amazon is up by 2, and they still have the pressure So far, we haven't seen either team be able to make a significant comeback when they were down. So we'll see if half and half can break that trend. But Childers coming down the other length of the field, going for the best defense is a good offense approach, as the Epic had been putting onto them last game. Mukau with a shot, not enough power to get that towards the net. And we're down to 30 seconds left. Light shot towards the net by KO will be sent away. And Shadow 8, I'll pass this one off to you to finish up. I've gotten disconnected.
All right. Well, Bonner was looking for the flick there on the bump and didn't have much. As we go to the last few seconds, it's Amazon making a little bit of a push here again, but when they're up to, as we hit 0 seconds, that will lock away the game. Great adaptation from Amazon here. They slowed down the gameplay a little bit. They looked a lot more for intentional passes, and they just would hit the ball to space whenever they saw that Epic was getting out of position. So really smart adjustments there. Not anything too major with the game, but it makes the feel so different. And so seeing how half and half flips are going to adjust to this of Amazon taking a little bit more time and just playing the ball around them, going to be very interesting.
All right. I managed to join back in. Fortunately, it was just some anti-malware acting as malware itself, unfortunately. But I'm back. Looking at the scoreboard here, we have 8 shots for the Montage, dominating the pressure for a large portion of that game and forcing a lot of the Epic players to play a little bit farther back than they wanted to. They weren't able to set up that tight rotation on that midfield like previous games, and so they weren't able to find that comfortability that they were looking for.
Yep. And the other thing, although there's not a ton of goals, both of the goals were assisted here. So definitely for the Montage, looking more for those passing plays than they did in the past of cases where KO may have just been taking the ball himself. So exciting to see, what's the answer for half and half flips? Do they look to try to cut out passes more and predict that Amazon is going for more passes? Or are they going to try to challenge earlier, prevent the slow play, or even sit more back, try to wait until there's a missed touch? They have a few options here, none of which are necessarily clearly the right approach here, but definitely options to play with.
Yeah, we'll see what they go for here. Amazon with the series lead now, up by 1, trying to do what they have never done before. They have been in the top 4 of the CEA for 4 seasons in a row and have never actually been able to close out the finals. But here they are, up in the series. This is the best opportunity they've had in a while. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on it. So far, game number 1, game number 4, no big scoring opportunities yet. No one's been able to really put on the pressure. It's been a lot of midfield bouncing around. We'll see who gets the first big push here. Mukau putting it into the corner will get stopped, but bounces out to Quadia. Gets sent away, and Moth will continue that down the field. We'll see. Childers now pops it up towards the net. Will be sent away now off the backboard by Bonner. Follow up, not able to get reached before Childers could take it away.
That was a great.
Childers has some midfield option.
Off of that top corner, reading the hard angle down and to cut out that play. And now we see KO and Amazon looking to set up some offensive pressure. Gets past one, finds the open net for Childers. So after
Beautiful
that one
play here by
play,
KO.
Yep.
Yeah, KO able to make that play around the wall with 0 boost. Manages to still dish it out to Childers, who is ready and waiting on the back door of that net. Puts that away, and Amazon goes up in this game, tries to get a kickoff goal as well, but not quite able to finish that one off. KO did, however, get the boost, and so that'll give them the boost priority here to be able to put on a little more pressure than their opponents.
A pre-jump from KO there, but it still wasn't even early enough, so that was an interesting play where I was thinking KO had jumped too early for that one, but turns out it was not early enough. Ooh, Chaos down on for the Montage side, but Bonner was so far back there wasn't an incoming threat.
Yeah, you can see that jump from KO really shows the amount of confidence that Amazon is playing with at the moment. Though that confidence might be a little shaken if the goal comes out from half and half flips. Not quite able to make it there. They got so close sending it off the backboard. I feel like that's been a bit of a story of this series, is a lot of really high quality shots from the half and half flips ending up going off the post and the crossbar. Here's another one. Mukau off the post. Quadja has an opportunity, sends it off the backboard. No third follow-up. Bondman was a little too hesitant on it, but still ended up pushing up and just got beat in the midfield.
Yep, and now half and half flips finding themselves on defense once again. Amazon just pounding their backboard. Although they do get a breakout here, a 2v1 with a bit of space, goes for the 50, low 50 versus KO, and KO comes out ahead on it. And now it's almost the same situation the other way, except a respawn from Bondman bails them out.
Oh, and Quadja had the one-on-one back down the other side as well, but just put it wide. Shoulders now, a little bit of boost to work with in the corner, gets shut down by Mukau. Bondman now forced to be the one to try to play this out, but a pinch is going towards the net. Mukau just able to tap that one away.
On zero boost, too, had to use the neutral double jump just to put his car in the way and hope for the best. But did a good job adjusting. And now it looks like we'll be out of danger for a little bit.
Ooh, Childers with a nice pinch that rolled nicely off the ceiling for him, was headed towards the net. Quadra will send that one away. Now KO stops the clear in the midfield. Childers to follow it up, sends it. KO centers, and Moth just not quite able to get there fast enough. 1 minute on the clock, a 1-goal game. This is going to be very intense for the half and half flips. They are definitely within range of tying the game up and sending us to an overtime. Let's see what they're able to do. Quadja gets the cut, sends it to Mukau. Mukau not able to reach it, and Bondman too far out to finish. Childers in his own corner. It's looking a little bit awkward, a bit of a team bump. KO, though, retreating, gets the pass over to Childers, who is able to continue on to clear. 30 seconds on the clock. KO, cross pass over to Childers, a little out of reach. Childers will go up off the ceiling, dropping it to KO, puts it off the wall, and clear. Bondman now with the shot, finishing his flip towards it. Childers just able to reach it. So many opportunities here from half and half flips, not quite able to close it out.
Final few seconds left. It's going to have to be a 0-second play from half and half flips if they want to make this happen. KO, though, pre-jumping, denying the aerial play. Means for the Montage,
not quite able to catch.
Taking game 4, putting themselves on tournament point. Just 1 game away from earning money for their charity here. And we'll take this chance to talk just for a second about the charities that both of these teams are playing with. So for the Montage, playing for Doctors Without Borders here, and half flips playing for NAMI Dane County. So that's the National Alliance on Mental Illness in Dane County. That's based out of Madison, I believe. And so first place of this game will get $2,380 towards their charity, and second place has already secured $1,180. So both of these charities coming away with something, just playing for who gets the lion's share of this payout.
Nice. Yeah, it's awesome that we can come together with our coworkers, play for a strong competition here, but for a good cause, being able to donate that prize pool to a charity. Very exciting stuff, and also quite a bit of bragging rights here. Amazon, like I had mentioned, has been in this position a few times, but if this is the squad that can finally close it out, that is going to give them some legendary status in the office on Monday.
Meanwhile, Epic, I am not sure that Epic has actually made it to the finals before. They've been a decently strong team for a while now, but this season was really the year that they came out as a top contender. And so not wanting to miss out on that opportunity to take a title, kind of on their first chance here. Definitely
yeah, they've got the offense here. Quadja tried to get the first goal of that game, but once again sent over to the side. KO now gets a flick high. Moth is the first one up to that. Has a nice first touch. Can't quite finish it. And KO's demoed before he can capitalize. Bondman in the corner gets a decent 50-50. Chillers will center that high, but everyone from Amazon backs away from it. And we were talking about the prize pool earlier. I believe there was also some other prizes awarded for some more comical stat results here. Ooh, we almost had a goal from KO there. But yeah, do you want to touch on some of the? I believe about $400 already has gone to the half and half flips for some amusing stats here.
Yep, so this season we had a system set up where teams could link their ball chasing replays, and we could get some more detailed stats from games. Oh, as Quadja making a great effort here. Ariel, we'll come back to this later, but got to appreciate Quadja's play here as he gets around the ball and just gets an extra touch around KO. Moth not back in time to cover.
Yeah, just able to get that win with the minimal amount of boost that he had left for him. Nice little rotation to get that shot. Now Montage on the other side, trying to get the flip reset, not quite able to land it. But yeah, now that these teams have stabilized a little bit, we can continue with what you were saying before.
Yeah, so we added in some end-of-season accolades for just another fun way that we can give out money to the charities of these teams. And so half and half flips actually took 2 of the categories this year. So Quadja individually was the most demolitioned player in the whole league. And so he averaged getting demoed 1.4 times a game over the course of the season. And so that was enough for them to earn $200 towards their charity. And then Mukau won another award for keeping his composure on the goal line. So shots against minus goals that were actually conceded and saves. So he didn't feel like he needed to save it. He wasn't worried about it being a goal, but just had a lot of those. I know it's off the post. I'm going to leave it be. Or I'm sure a teammate has it. Either way, I'm not going to have to save this ball. So, and that was another $200 towards Nami Dane County already. So $400 for them already, playing for an extra, this game being about another $1,000 of difference, already having secured another 1,000. They're doing awesome work for that charity.
Wonderful stuff. Well, back to the play-by-play here. We have half and half flips up by 1 still. That 1 goal from Quadja being the only one on the board so far. We had some really good pressure coming out for the Montage. Good opportunities, but nothing capitalized on. There's a shot that goes awkwardly touched by the defense, and that will drop right in front of the net. We saw a strong shot from Quadja go off the backboard, double commit off the defense, KO not getting the touch he wants it, and that will be set up beautifully for Bondman to put that away, bring his team up by 2, and keep themselves alive in the series if they manage to keep this scoreline.
Yep, not what you want to see if you're rooting for Amazon to close it out here, but definitely comforting to see if you're looking for this series to go on to at least a Game 6, maybe a Game 7. Give Epic some time to get back into this. Up in this game, obviously 2-0, but still have a long road ahead of them if they want to take this series.
Yeah, they're going to have to do what would have been the equivalent of a reverse sweep had we been playing a best of 5. But of course, we are in best of 7. So yeah, they're going to need 3 wins in a row if they're going to keep themselves. Or sorry, I may have lost track of how many games in we are here. Is that they?
Including this one, they need 3. Yes.
Okay.
The series
Yes.
score
Okay.
is 3-1 right now. You got to get 4. So. Amazon
Nice.
looking for 1 game. Epic here looking for the next 3. So, and it looks like they should be able to take this one as we get down to about a minute. Still nothing too threatening coming out from these teams. Well, a big miss there from Mukau means there was a shot opportunity for Amazon there, but Bonner able to get back to it and protect it. A great pass out there to Quadja. Can he place it? He does. Top right, floats it behind the defender, giving themselves a 3-goal lead this game.
Yeah, it seems like the confidence is back up for the half and half flips. A nice placement there. Quadja just always on that offense, getting those plays going, whether it's on net, to the side, trying to get a rebound, whatever it needs to happen. And so 3-goal lead with 45 seconds left on the clock is a pretty insurmountable stat line there. We'll see if For the Montage can at least try to get a little bit of energy back into this game with some last second goals. KO getting a little bit aggressive on the back line there. I'm not sure if that was visible from your spectator view, but when the one player was up in the air going for the air dribble, KO was just causing chaos in the back line. That could be the strategy going forward for the Montage, to throw off the vibe of the half and half flips team, get some bumps going, and throw them off their rotations.
Yeah, it looks like we might get one more chance here for Amazon as Childers tries to find the top corner, but doesn't quite. KO almost keeps it up there, but it will drop. Well played out of Epic here, taking the, I believe it was a 3-0 victory, yeah, in the end. And Quadja having a huge game, Bonner also having a really big game. Mukau a little on the quieter side this game, but it was just a low-scoring game overall for a lot of these players. Not a whole lot going on either side. I mean, we talk about only 3 saves for half and half flips, no saves for the Montage. These are definitely the lowest numbers we've had this series, but it just shows how the pace of play can evolve over the course of a best of 7 as we are in Game 5 now, headed to Game 6. Epic finding a rhythm that works for them and just gives them the opportunities.
Yeah, notably 3 goals for Epic and also 3 shots for Epic. Every time they put the ball to the net, it ended up on target. So that's a very interesting stat line to see for the half and half flips. You can either take that as some incredible placement from Epic, or I think possibly more accurate in this case, some defensive breakdowns for Amazon. We saw a few times there where goals were pretty much just handed to the Epic squad because of defensive misplays or double commits. So we're going to need to see those probably adjusted from Amazon if they want to try to close out this series here. That's an awkward touch from KO. Gets around it a second time. Oh, and a defensive bump there. Bondman gets the whole net to himself after KO had some funny plays there.
Quadja knocking up Moth. Yeah.
Yeah, just sends away the defense. No opportunity to make the save. And that is going to immediately put the half and half flips up. Amazon now wins the kickoff and are going to try to start getting it down the other direction. They want to bring this game back as fast as they can. They don't want to let Epic get comfortable in their game.
Yep. But Epic, on the other hand, very happy with a 1-goal lead. I mean, we've seen throughout this series time and again, teams with the leads are able to hold on to it. As Bondman with an individual play here just slows the play down, pops the ball up, gets 2 defenders out initially, finds an empty net afterwards.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about it earlier about the double commits there on defense. That was 2 players getting sent towards 1 ball, and if you can imagine that if one of those players had stayed grounded, that would have been a fairly easy save to make. But because they double committed to it, no one was there to stop Bonner from just easily dribbling that one to the back of the net after beating the initial players. Now we'll see Amazon trying to get a conversion out the other end. Sends it down to the corner. It's a little awkward for Bondman. Almost sets it up perfectly for Childers. Childers will instead miss and go into the other defenseman, taking him out of the play. Now KO pops it over to Childers. Childers will send that to the corner. Goes for a second touch. Doesn't get much on it. Moth to the corner as well. Kawaja will catch. KO into the corner again. Amazon just keep putting the ball into the corner, trying to dish it out from there, but they're not quite able to do it. KO will send that off of his own backboard after an epic clear.
Bit of an opportunity
and
here
now
for
here's
Amazon,
the rotation.
but not quite on target, and the redirect actually sent the ball away from the net. And trying to look for that third man again, so not able to capitalize, but they did have an open net there on that play as Childers was clearing the ball.
Yeah, they really needed to capitalize on that if they want a chance of getting back into this game. Still 3 minutes left on the clock, but you can imagine the confidence will be only building as Mukau puts in a third, trying to close out this game for his team early on. We'll see what's sort of response for the Montage can have after this. But yeah, that was just a pretty simple goal for Mukau there.
Yep, and in the pre-match thread when we were chatting, Epic were the ones who were rooting for the RLCS map rotation. They wanted to make sure Champions Field was around for Game 7. So it looks like they are doing their part to send us there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the classic field to decide the most important matches in Rocket League may be where we are headed today. In fact, it is very strongly looking that way. Unless Amazon can get something together here. Saved by Bondman. Follow up from Childers will get sent high. Will KO follow it up? Gets the shot. Goes wide. Moth now trying to clear it, get it in. Once again, sent aside. There was just all three players from Epic there, just crowded around the net, and you know, you don't even need a good reaction time if you cover every single square foot of the net, and good enough for the Epic squad to keep themselves at a shutout so far.
Yep, and if this game is a shutout again, that'll have been the last 2 games. It will have been a while since Amazon has scored, and they will start feeling that, and so you have to kind of wonder, like, even if you're losing this game, Amazon is going to start feeling a bit of pressure on needing to score a goal, just to prove that they can.
Yeah, that one went hard off the post. That was probably the best opportunity they've had in a while. KO now trying to do it himself. Sauces over to Moth, but will get shut down just as he makes connection. Quadja able to send that one in. Not able to convert it into a goal, however. You gotta imagine one more goal would just absolutely put the nail in the coffin in this game. There is 1 minute left on the clock. Ooh, Quadra tries to set it towards the net, will get stopped, and that one will close it out. Bondman with another goal.
Yep, and Quadra, his first touch here playing across the net actually worked out for him. Got it behind Childers, then both of the Montage players had to commit there. Just worried about the play, and then sets it up perfectly for the easy finish.
Yep, there it is once again. Defensive double commits. The Amazon players are not showing enough faith in each other on that back line, and it is resulting in missed positions, missed rotations, and empty nets for their opponents. And still no goals for them. This drought has got to be playing a mental factor there, as well as the nerves of they know that they have been in this position so many times and never been able to convert. Is that curse going to continue? That's got to be on their mind here as we go into game number 7.
And meanwhile, the Epic players just look like they're settling in and having fun now. We saw Mooncow there on that interception go for a flip reset just because, and so got the flip reset and touch around one. And didn't end up resulting in too much, but just to have the confidence to go for those types of touches, enjoying playing the game and feeling good about your chances, that's exactly the mentality you want to see as we go into a Game 7 on Champions Field to decide the tournament. Epic.
Very exciting stuff. 6. Yep. What else do you expect from the finals of the CEA? These teams are so evenly matched, and where they had played previously, it ended up being a fairly close series, but still a sweep. This one is going to go the entire distance. We'll see, will For the Montage figure out their defensive mishaps and be able to get their strategy back together for this final game, or will the half and half flips continue just playing a consistent game and keeping that pressure up? Interestingly, the shots for both teams are equal in this game. Both teams with 6 shots, but it was the half and half flips that were able to convert, make more saves than For the Montage. And that's going to bring it out to Game 7. I'm curious, Shadow, who do you think here has the most clutch? Who's going to see that game number 7 and just lock in and try to bring their team to victory here?
It's hard to say. We haven't seen these teams in real pressure situations too much yet this season. They haven't really been going to game 7 super often. I'd have to say with the momentum right now, half and half flips feels like the favorite. If Amazon doesn't make an adjustment here, if their players don't start finding something. Although KO looking for an opportunity, that's who you want popping off if you're Amazon right now. Like finding the space, getting under 1 and under 2 actually. Under 1 on the first touch and then under Mukau on the ground pinch.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. He immediately picked up the boost off of the kickoff. As soon as that ball went up the wall, he knew what he had to do. Goes up, goes under the first defender that was expecting a harder touch, and then gets the ground pinch with some strong power to send that one under the last defender and into the back of the net. Now they're still on the offense here. Childers will center that out to KO, ringing around the corner, but stopped by Quadja there. Moth now tries to center, messes up the defense. Everyone is scared of KO, who is coming in, ends up backing off of it, and missed touch from Childers. Big save from Moth with the night vision goggles coming in from the side, covering for his teammate's mistake there. And that will keep Amazon up by 1. Everything coming down to this final game. Teams are bringing out all the stops. That shot from Childers off the crossbar, follow up from Moth, and we have ourselves a 2-goal lead for Amazon.
Yep, Childers here, a great shot over the defender. Bondman trying to get up to that ball, but just a hair late to it, leaves the shot for, I think it was Moth who scored that one. But just great pressure out of Amazon there, converting off of Childers getting the beat on the last defender.
KO now trying to find an aerial team pinch with Childers. Childers ends up getting punted into the ball by Moth, and that's just going to roll its way towards the net. Everyone's floundering at it. No one is there to score. Oh, man, that's just that moment alone must have thrown off the sense of confidence in the Epic team there. Centering pass from Moth will get sent away. Quadja now, 0 boost to follow that up, but we'll put it off the backboard. Who's got the follow-up? Not Moth, and I think Moth may have tapped that one in at the very end there as well, or possibly off the crossbar, but that is a goal for Epic.
Yeah, that was definitely already going in the net. He had to make a save on it, but Mukau with a great shot, just putting enough power there that Moth not able to get there in time.
Yeah, Epic proving that they are not going to lay down and die in this series. They are going to make this an exciting game number 7. They've got the pressure once again. Coming out of the corner will be cleared by Childers straight out to Quadja, who will center it out to Bondman. Just not able to reach it. Now KO up on the wall with a lot of boost to work with. Dangerous position. Gets a touch, but forced to send it wide to get around the defenders. And now the last man committed for Amazon. A little passing play here. They're not able to convert that into a goal.
Yeah, it was just behind a stationary player. No way to get power on it. They were looking for the pass instead of the shot because neither player felt comfortable trying to generate power on that shot. Oh, so unfortunate for half and half flips there. They've had 2 really good opportunities now that just haven't been able to convert. As we tick right around the halfway mark of this game, there is still time for them. They're only down by 1. They just need one chance to go in order to get this equalizer and then feel like they are back in the game. And as long as you're down in a game 7, you're going to feel the pressure of just being behind.
Yeah, they've got some good pressure here now. They've been able to get some good opportunities, and it's been a little bit awkward from Amazon in the back line there as we continue to see them flounder. 0 boost from Amazon right now. Moth picking up a 12 to make that save. Centering pass just misses the mark. And now Childers will be able to get it out. Picks up the mid boost. Has a lot of space in the air, but isn't able to get any touch on that. Now KO trying to center it out, drops it down to Moth a little too far. Childers misses the follow-up, and every player from Amazon forced to retreat all the way back. We'll see if the midfield defense from Epic here can try to keep the pressure going, but instead redirects it towards their own net. ends up getting saved to the side, but that was a scary moment there. Got to think one more goal from Amazon could close out this series, and that one will ring off the crossbar.
Yeah, both teams having real close scoring opportunities there, and just to show like how swingy the game was. As soon as For the Montage had the ball past all three defenders heading back towards their own side, KO gets a nice air dribble out that resulted in that redirect almost on net from half and half flips, and so just things can turn on a moment's notice right now. Both teams trying to keep aggression without falling too far back, and just leading to some of these swingy plays.
Yeah, neither team wants to overcommit and let in an easy goal, but at the same time, Epic at this point, 45 seconds left on the clock. You have reached the point of no return. You got to send everything at this play now to try to get one on the board. They're currently in their own zone. Let's see, they do get the midfield touch. Now Quadra centers it real nicely off the backboard, but KO already there, tries to get it. Little continuing touch there from shoulders. We'll send it in now. Quadra sends it off to the net. Saved by Moth. Centering pass from Mukau will get intercepted once again. 10 seconds left on the clock. Is Amazon going to be able to hold on to it? Quadra with the offense gets up the backboard, gets bumping on the defenders, not able to get the centering play. We are in 0-second time. Mukau around the corner. Bondman now tries to get off the corner, will send it to the ground, and For the Montage are your CEA Rocket League champions.
A great showing there, starting from the moment Game 7 started, KO popping off with that individual performance, and then Moth coming up huge this last game, just always in the right spot. 3 saves coming out for him, definitely making the difference in holding on to that lead. Just an excellent job all around. Congratulations to both of these teams. Half and half flips still earning $1,180 for Nami Dane County. But we have to give it to the winners of this one. Amazon coming out in first place, $2,380 for Doctors Without Borders. Awesome charity, awesome performance in this tournament, and just, yeah, a great season all around from them.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. Good to see them finally get the win that they have been pushing for so long. They've always been right on that bubble, but just get knocked out right at the last moment. And I'm sure they were thinking about that as they came down to Game 7. Good for them to be able to find the last push there to be able to close out the series and become finally the CEA champions.
Yep. Just a great season all around. Heartbreaking for Epic, coming so close to the Game 7 in their first season to make it to finals. But I have no doubt we will see this and many other Epic rosters coming back in the next season. So that being said, we will go ahead and shout out a little bit. This wraps up our spring season. We will have a short summer event. Dates and details still yet pending, but after that, we will have a full fall season coming up. Registration will be sometime around August is when it'll be ending. But be sure to check out the discord.gg/CEA. That's the official channel where we post all of the Corporate Esports Association stuff. And CEA.gg is the website if you're looking to actually do the registration and stuff. But come hang out, come say hi. Make sure to pick up that Rocket League role if you are looking for Rocket League stuff. Otherwise, you won't see any of that. But we really look forward to seeing as many of y'all back next season. This season was a great season, so looking forward to it even growing next season. So,
Awesome. Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you very much for joining the stream. That'll be all for us this season, but we look forward to seeing you in the next one and catching the next stream, and of course all of the CEA events that we have going on. Plenty of other games here for CEA, so go check those out as well. But that'll be it for us. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you at the next season.